This is Beyond Category, and I'm Eric Felten. We're here at the celebrated Blues Alley Jazz Supper Club in Washington, D.C. to hear a young jazz saxophonist named James Brandon Lewis. He starts with gospel roots and takes it in an avant-garde direction. Let's head on inside and check it out. James Brandon Lewis, welcome.
All right, thanks for having me.
Welcome back to Washington, D.C. You spent some time here before.
That's true. 2002 to 06, Howard University.
Howard University,
Yes.
noted jazz program there,
Yep.
strong music program.
Started by Donald Byrd.
And then after you graduated from Howard, you went and pursued a career playing gospel music. What's the connection between the gospel music you were playing and the kind of spiritual free jazz that you're playing now?
Well, I really think that all of the music that I perform and present is a part of my just natural experience, my own personal experience. I mean, I was going to church at a young age, and so when I think about the history of spirituals, work songs, the blues, how they were performed, you know, one person would start a song off and then they would all join. No different than hip-hop music and freestyling. You know, when the beat comes in, you know, you just go with it. So it all connects, and, you know, so my spiritualness is just a part of my experience of who I am as a person.
Well, maybe you could play for us one of the songs off your new album that really brings out that spiritual tradition, that brings into a new context those spirituals from 100 years ago or more.
Definitely.
What could you do for us?
So the band will perform Waiting Child in Motherless Waters, and we have Dominic Fragment on drums, Luke Stewart on bass, and that piece combines two spirituals, Wade in the Water, and Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child.
One of the things you do on your new record is some spoken word elements, some poetry that is included with the music, and I understand that the poet is here today.
Yes, Thomas Sayers Ellis.
And how did you start doing that?
Well, I met Thomas in 2011 at a residency at the Atlantic Center for the Arts. That's also where I met Matthew Shipp. And it was just a natural, organic thing. And then we learned what we do, and, you know, we hung out in Brooklyn, you know, feeding cats, eating breakfast sandwiches, you know, that kind of thing.
So maybe you could do some of the poetry and jazz combination today for us.
Of course. It's on the CD. It's entitled Organized Minorities, also known as OR. It's in Thomas's book, Skin Ink.
Oreo, or worse, or ordinary, or your choice of category, or color, or any color other than colored, or colored only, or of color, or other, or theory, or discourse, or territory, Oregon, or Georgia, or Florida, Zora, or opportunity, or born poor, or corporate, or more, or New Orpheus, or single, or diaspora, or religious into a journey, or performance, or allegories, armor of ignorant comfort, or worship, or reform, or so chorus, or electoral corruption, or ignorant parts of your river, or worry, or neighbor, or fear of terror, or border, or all organized minorities. Organize your minorities, all minorities, organize, comma.
Now that's something different. And so what are you trying to do when you're interacting with spoken word as opposed to interacting with musicians? How does that change what you do?
I sort of view it as like, okay, we're two voices and we're going to work together. I'm thinking about the sound overall. I think we're both thinking about the sound overall, not like he's reciting poetry and I'm playing sax, but more, what is that going to sound like? And we're still trying to figure out the sound. I mean, just like the band or anything in life, you know, I'm constantly trying to figure it out, work on it, figure it out some more.
And one of the things I like a lot about what you do is that even though you're playing free, you've got a beautiful sound on the instrument and a melodic concept in what you're doing. That makes me think a lot about one of the great early free jazz pioneers, Ornette Coleman, who really put an emphasis on melodicism within the context of free jazz. And I was wondering if maybe you guys could do an Ornette tune for us.
Definitely, we'll do Broken Shadow. And the one thing that I will say about just music in general is free or atonal or harmony. You know, music is melody, harmony, rhythm, and that melody is not defined by, you know, sort of strict guidelines. Nor is the rhythm, nor is the harmony.
this record was a big departure from the previous record.
Right.
What happens with the next record?
We'll see. I mean, you know, I'll experience today, and tomorrow will come, and we'll see where the journey leads. You know, who knows? Who knows?
Well, I tell you, this is some adventuresome music, and
right.
I'd love to try my hand at getting in with you on some of that.
Definitely.
What could we do together?
Well, we'll do tradition, a piece that just gives respect to the past, and we'll play like a 3-note cell. You know, Paul Hindemith used cells to begin his compositions, so we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that.
So a little 3-note statement and build everything around that.
Yeah. We'll let it go.
All right, let's give it a try.
All right.
James Brandon Lewis. I'd like to thank the James Brandon Lewis Trio for joining us today, and I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Eric Felten. I hope you'll join me again soon for more good music on Beyond Category.